Right guys, so welcome to my video. It's been a while since I've actually posted a video on YouTube, or even because I post on YouTube is connected to my website. So sorry for that. I've got kind of delayed with things. But essentially the topic that I do want to discuss today is something that everyone's kind of aware of. Inflation is on the up. Everything has got expensive. So I would like to discuss ways that you can beat inflation. So what steps can you implement now that can cover your bases in terms of rising costs in the future? If you're looking for tips to kind of tackle this surging crisis of prices going up, then this is the correct video for you guys. I think this is really perfect video for everyone to watch, so you can gain some tips anyways. I'm going to be getting on with that specific topic, so guys, stay tuned from beginning to the end. Let's get started. Right guys, so thank you for watching my video. I just need to make clear that I'm going to try and do this video without that many errors, hopefully, because I don't have much time to edit videos at the moment, but let's see how that goes. But yeah, before I do get started, essentially for those that have not already subscribed to the Sassy Woman Finance, my channel, please do subscribe. Also, I've created a website which kind of mirrors this channel, where I do blogs that kind of go through videos that I've discussed. So if you prefer to just read, do check that out. So that's www.sassywoman.net. There is a secondary domain connected to that as well. It's the same site. It's just two domains connected to it. The other one is www.swfinances.com. It's irrelevant which one you use to get to that site. So I'll put a link here somewhere. Either way, select one. So yeah. Do sign up on my website, do sign up on the YouTube, hit like, subscribe if you want to. Also, if you want to support my work, there is a tab on my website called support. Feel free, if you want to support, donate a couple of pounds. That'd be very helpful, but entirely discretionary. So we're going on to the topic of inflation. How can you overcome this wave of surging prices, ways to beat that? So let's kick off with number one. So the first suggestion I would make to you guys, think about having an investment portfolio. Now, loads of people are very skeptical and they don't feel comfortable investing and putting their money down that route. But guys, with everything getting expensive, you could get rewarding returns. Emphasis, you could get rewarding returns, because investments are very risky at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, also, everything is going up. So with investments, these companies, they're obviously increasing prices as well. And the long-term rewards, if you do invest, will be quite good, because you can get some great returns on them. Actually, I should just say at this point that obviously I'm not a financial advisor. Do your research. Check online to cover your own basis. Although I speak to a financial advisor to get that information, but I would just recommend, if you can do your own research, you can save some costs there, but that's your choice. So yeah, getting back to it. I would recommend two options here. One, you can either invest in index funds. This is fantastic. This tracks the top 500 companies. If you go for the S&P 500, of course, it will track the 500 companies in the USA, all of different niches, different sectors. And you don't really have to do much. You just put your money into it. Little time is required. And essentially, it'll basically kind of do the job for you. So that's one option. Index funds, S&P 500, that's one I would recommend. The other option is creating a dividend portfolio, which essentially means that specific stocks and shares or index funds that do offer a dividend, whether quarterly or yearly. Of course, with stocks, it's a little bit more risky. But the fact that they do give you some returns in terms of like the profit they make is incredibly, it's fantastic, because you just put your money in and they will give you the money, say quarterly or yearly, depending on the company. And yeah, you'll be making money from just putting your money there. And company, you know, the way I see it, stocks are going up in prices. They've dropped recently, but that doesn't mean they're not going to go back up again. When, I don't know, could drop even more, but that's even beneficial because you can actually get a stock cheaper now. And then when it rises, you know, you won't be like, oh my God, why didn't I invest now? So consider the long-term benefits, guys, of investing. This is just kind of a brief description of it. Obviously, I've done dedicated videos to investing, dividend portfolios. I've done a blog. So check those out for a more detailed description. But that's number one. Create your own investment portfolio. Number two, guys, budgeting. So this is so important, like especially if you look at petrol. This is UK. It's gone up to nearly £2 now, probably a penny off. And it's in, I think it's October, from what I understand, prices are going to accelerate up again. So it's not getting any cheaper. So you're going to have to look at things that you actually require. Do you have to travel to work by car? Can you cycle? Because that will be definitely more important. You could save that money and put it, you know, aside, that you do save from fuel. If you can't do that and you have to put fuel in, fair enough. Where else can you save costs? So that's how you have to budget. If I go shopping, do I need A, B, and C? Would I survive with A? You know, can I cut costs there? You can use budgeting tools to help you out. So you can first do like a list of everything you're kind of paying out. Look at the total costs and see what you can maybe cut out or reduce, or, you know, look accordingly to kind of save some money there. There is apps I've discussed before. So you have, I think it's the Emma app, which I've got a video for. I'll put a link here. You can use that to budget. There's all, of course, other apps. You don't have to use apps. You can use a notebook, use Excel spreadsheet, whatever you prefer. But do start doing that, because, you know, if you can save costs here or there, sometimes you can't evaluate the savings until you have it in front of you and see exactly what is going out. Can you save money on your mobile contract? Can you save money on some insurances you pay, on your finances? Can you just eliminate a credit card by clearing it off, since it's not really beneficial? So look at it, evaluate. Budgeting is the next option. The next one is, I don't know, like lots of people have really thought about it. You probably have, but it's asking for a pay rise at work. Now, you know, you can go and ask your employer tomorrow, can you increase my pay? They're probably going to say no. So you want to put some effort into it. You want to work hard, have a discussion with your employer. You know, I really need a pay rise. What factors would you take into consideration? What can I do now to be considered for a pay rise? Everything counts. So the money that goes up inherently is going to be extra money that you're going to need with everything going up in terms of price. So I would highly recommend sit down with your employer, discuss what can be done to put you in kind of the spotlight for a pay rise consideration. So that one's very simple. Not much to really say with this one. Number 4, so selling things you don't need, either on eBay, you know, whatever platform, Gumtree. If you have things sitting around at home you could dispense of, and you can put that money into your account. You can use it when, you know, everything's getting expensive, so it kind of balances things out if you have that extra money coming in. And, you know, so if you're not using things, then why are you going to let them sit around? So that's an option. Have a look at home, surrounding you, what is sitting around, maybe you haven't noticed. Just take one day to look around your room, around the house. Is there something that you haven't really used, it's only been used once or twice, it's not really beneficial to you, worth your money, get rid of it. Yeah, have a look and go for platforms where you can save on costs on selling. So eBay inherently is very expensive. However, they have sometimes offers where you can sell things for free and then they'll just take their money in terms of the costs of the item at the end, if I'm correct. Otherwise, you can use tools like Spot. That's completely free. Obviously, you've got those silly ads coming up that come on, it's free, and you can put more pictures up. Gumtree, again, another one you could put up for free. So look at platforms where you can list for free, save the costs there. So you can pocket all the money in terms of the item sold. So creating a savings account for emergencies or just kind of money on the side. Now this is vital, especially if you don't want to put your money into a kind of a locked account because you're going to need it in an emergency. Say for example, look for savings account that do offer the best interest rate. Of course, if you're going to be taking money out in an emergency, it could be any time, and some of these savings accounts, especially if they've got higher interest, they're going to require the money to be locked for a longer period of time. Alternatively, you can it limits the amount of time it limits the amount of times that you can take the money. So for example, nationwide, I think the interest was 2 point something. I can't remember exactly. It's a little bit better than the rest. However, if you take the money out of there more than 3 times, so the max they've put there is 3, then the interest rate drops that you get on your money. Also, if you go for a savings account that's completely and entirely locked, where you have to give notice, again, that's an issue because in emergency, you can't wait a month or 2 to take money out. So yeah, look for an account that you can get a good interest rate on because that will help. Every penny coming in helps. Put money in there, right? Where you're cutting costs, like I said in the point bar, from budgeting, any money you're making, put it into the savings account because trust me, when emergency hits, if you're barely affording every month as it is to kind of survive or pay for things, an emergency hits on top of that, you're going to be entirely stuffed. So I'm going to discuss the next option in a minute to make kind of extra income to put on the side. But that's something you should be considering, a savings or emergency pot for when the emergency happens or just for another scenario where you do need money. The last option, passive income. And this ties really well with everything that's been discussed. Investment, of course, I've discussed at the forefront, is in its way a passive income method. But what I've noticed is with investments, you don't have to put any effort in, right? The money is kind of generated itself. But let's be realistic. Passive income, most of the things you need to do to generate a passive income is going to require effort on your part, time on your part, maybe the implementation of money on your part. So taking that into account, that is going to be required for say 30-40% of the time in terms of what you're setting up as a passive income method. However, the effort you put in and the time you put in up front, you can generate passive income. Of course, some passive income methods will require your time a bit more, or maybe quite a lot more. So do bear that in mind when you're considering passive income as a method. It's going to require time and it's going to require maybe money. So obviously I've done blogs for this. I've done videos of different passive incomes that you should consider. Briefly, I'll tell you a few. You can list your services on things like Fiverr platform, where you can basically, if you've got we don't really need a skill. You can do admin tasks. You could do data entry. But if you do have a skill, saying maybe drawing or I'm trying to think of something like good with computers, Excel, then you can list those services on there. Also, you can sell, buy in bulk and sell on Amazon. Again, see, the time and effort part is going to be listing and making the descriptions there. That's another method. There's lots more. You can teach English online. I'm just trying to think of other methods at the top of my head. There is a lot more that you can do. You can essentially make an app and you can sell that. The thing is, there's endless methods for passive income. It's just the case that which one is going to be suited to you. And that's why I'm going to do lots of videos where, like, yeah, even creating a course, creating an ebook, listing that once, it keeps selling, put the initial effort in, you know, and it does the job itself. There's lots of methods, but what suits you? What do you want to do? What do you want to put the time and effort in up front? And then, you know, create money from that. But yes, that is a method, creating passive income. And that's going to be extremely handy here, because if your job, God forbid, goes tomorrow and you have a passive income method set up, you're kind of covered. Well, I don't know how much you'll be making, but whatever you do make, it will in some respects help out with the costs, with the bills, things going out, with savings and things like that. So this is actually very important. I would say this point here, passive income, is the most important point compared to the rest, I would say, alongside investments, because this will help you generate extra income to surf this tide of inflation. And it's going up, guys. It's not going to drop at this moment. Like I said, from October, it's going up. So start thinking on your feet now. Start thinking of ways you can basically supplement your overall income, increase it, so, you know, you don't get any financial issues in this kind of climate, and everyone's, you know, suffering. It's hitting your pockets, your wallets hard. So that's why I essentially wanted to do this video, so I can put some suggestions and tips forward for you guys to consider, and, you know, start putting something in place now and not leaving it too late. Because essentially, if you're leaving things too late, with the way everything is going, I think it's just going to get to a point where one job is not going to be enough. You're going to have to look for 2, 3, God knows. The way it's going, it's going to become very difficult. So start thinking now on your feet. Right, guys, so that's everything. I hope these tips helped. Try to keep the video as short as possible, so I'm going to try and wrap up this video pretty quickly. If the tips and suggestions I've made have been useful, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to my video, sign up on my website, check my website out. It really helps. Your guys' support really does help me. And the fact that you've even watched this video, and if you made it to the end, that's fantastic. And I thank you for your support. So guys, I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to get on with my weekend, and I hope to see you and catch up with you in my next video. So guys, enjoy your weekend, and I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye.